back, brother. This content is for those genuinely interested in men's rights. It covers complex, controversial topics that may not suit a general audience. If you're not part of the men's rights community, this video isn't for you, so feel free to tune out now. I'm Conrad Riker, a writer and advocate for fairness, dignity, and respect for men. This movement isn't about division, but addressing systemic injustices in divorce, family law, and societal expectations. Inspired by hard-working men unfairly stripped of their rights, I write for balance and justice. Together, we can change the narrative. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate this video, as it will help get the word out to those who need it. Thank you. Please relax and enjoy. This is an excerpt from the Feminist Trap: How Women Use the State Society to Control Men. The Feminist Trap: How Women Use the State Society to Control Men is an ebook available in all bookstores. Hey there, I'm Locate the Passage. Replace all prohibited language with clear, non-ornamented alternatives. Do not alter the essence or the meaning of the passage while maintaining its quality. Avoid all forbidden vernacular. Create only one paragraph. And I'm here to tell you why the Feminist Trap is an essential read for any red-pilled, rational man. You see, I've experienced firsthand the treachery of modern relationships and the dangers that lurk within the world of married life. This book is a culmination of years of research and insight, all aimed at helping men navigate the complex minefield of intimate partnerships and avoid the pitfalls that have ensnared so many of us. Let me share my story with you. In the beginning, I was naive, trusting, and so in love that I believed the woman I was with would never betray me. But as time went on, I realized that I'd been duped. Like countless other men, I had fallen victim to the bait and switch tactics employed by women. At first, they pretend to be submissive and supportive, but once they secure their position through marriage and children, they reveal their true colors. That's when the manipulation begins. As women, they weaponize the state, using the courts to dominate and control their husbands. They employ psychological warfare, withholding sex and affection to maintain power over their partners. They use social media to amplify their bias towards men, and they prioritize themselves over their husbands in parenthood, undermining fathers and reinforcing the notion that men are disposable and unnecessary. But I have learned that knowledge is power. By studying the roots of female disloyalty and understanding the tactics used by women to dominate men, I've been able to protect myself from these traps and take control of my life. And now I want to share my insights with you. This book is for red-pilled, rational men, those who are tired of being manipulated, controlled, and taken advantage of in their relationships. If you're ready to take a stand against the feminist agenda and build stronger, healthier partnerships, then The Feminist Trap is the book for you. Just so we're clear, if you're not in our target group, you need to stop reading this right away. This book isn't for the blue-pilled, the scared, or those lacking determination. It's for men prepared to step up and take charge of their lives, reject the falsehoods of the radical left, and embrace the truth of a red-pill patriarchal mindset. For those of you who are ready to join the revolution, I encourage you to pick up a copy of The Feminist Trap and start your journey towards red-pill enlightenment. The knowledge contained within these pages could change your life, and I urge you to take advantage of it. So, are you ready to break free from the shackles of the modern dating and relationship landscape? Are you prepared to embrace the power and wisdom of red-pill patriarchy? If so, then come join me on this adventure, and together we can create a brighter, more masculine future. Locate the passage. Replace all prohibited language with clear, non-ornamented alternatives. Do not alter the essence or the meaning of the passage while maintaining its quality. Avoid all forbidden vernacular. Create only one paragraph. Author of The Feminist Trap: How Women Use the State Society to Control Men. With the introduction completed, we are jumping to an extract from the book. As men, we're often taught to be tough and emotionless. But as I've learned through my extensive research and personal experiences, this is far from the optimal way of living our lives. Emotions are an integral part of what makes us human, and while it's true that society tends to value women's emotional intelligence more highly than men's, we must not let this fact deter us from embracing our own feelings. In the realm of relationships, our ability to recognize, understand, and express our emotions is paramount. This is where the concept of emotional boundaries comes into play. Emotional boundaries are the limits that we establish to protect ourselves from the emotional pain that can arise from being entangled with other people's emotions or issues. By setting these boundaries, we can maintain a healthy balance of power within our relationships and prevent emotional manipulation and abuse by our partners. One of the most common examples of a lack of emotional boundaries can be seen in the phenomenon of emotional dumping. This occurs when someone unloads their emotional baggage onto you without considering your own feelings or needs. As men, we often feel the pressure to be strong and supportive, making us susceptible to becoming emotional punching bags for our partners. Take, for example, the story of a friend of mine who found himself in this very situation. His partner, after a particularly stressful day at work, would come home and unleash her frustrations on him. He listened to her complaints, validated her feelings, and offered comfort and support. Over time, however, this emotional toll began to take its toll on him, leaving him feeling drained and resentful. In this context, establishing and upholding emotional boundaries becomes vital by forming clear boundaries on what we are and aren't willing to tolerate in our relationships. We can shield ourselves from becoming victims of emotional manipulation and abuse. This doesn't mean we should shun all engagement with our partner's emotions. Instead, we should work on creating a balance where both parties can express their feelings openly and honestly, without feeling overwhelmed or taken advantage of. Research supports the importance of emotional boundaries in maintaining healthy relationships. According to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, couples who are better at setting and respecting boundaries are more likely to experience greater satisfaction in their relationships. Moreover, another study conducted by the University of Texas found that individuals who are better at establishing emotional boundaries with others experience less stress and anxiety in their do-it-yourself lives. So how can we begin to establish and maintain healthy emotional boundaries in our relationships? There are several steps that we can take to achieve this. 1. Self-awareness. The first step in setting emotional boundaries is becoming aware of our own emotions and needs. This involves recognizing when we are feeling overwhelmed or emotionally drained and being honest with ourselves about what we need to cope with these feelings. 2. Communication. Once we have identified our own emotional needs, we must communicate these boundaries to our partners. This can be a difficult conversation to have, but it is essential to ensure that both parties understand and respect each other's emotional limits. 3. Stick to your boundaries. Establishing emotional boundaries is only half the battle. Maintaining them is equally important. This means being firm and consistent in enforcing our boundaries, even when our partners may be feeling particularly needy or demanding. There is no denying that establishing and maintaining healthy emotional boundaries in our relationships can be challenging, especially given the societal pressures that often discourage men from expressing their feelings or setting boundaries. However, as research and personal experiences have demonstrated, the benefits of doing so far outweigh the costs. By embracing our emotions and setting clear limitations on what we are and are not willing to tolerate in our relationships, we can create stronger, more fulfilling connections with those around us. The importance of emotional boundaries in building and sustaining healthy relationships cannot be overemphasized. Understanding our own emotional needs, sharing our boundaries with our partners, and firmly implementing these limits can guard us against the emotional exploitation and abuse that often creep into our relationships. As men, it's time to reject the damaging notion that emotional toughness equates to emotional disengagement and embrace the complete range of our emotions for our own benefit and the well-being of those we love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in the Feminist Trap. How Women Use the State of Society to Control Men, available in all good bookstores. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and God bless.